The girl who said no to marriage, yes to Olympics. The untold great of Mary Kom. In a small village in Manipur, in a small village in Manipur, where girls were expected to marry young, and stay silent. One fearless daughter dared to lace up her gloves and punch her way into history. They told her to quit, to cook, to marry, but she chose to fight, not just in the ring, but against a world that touted her every step. So I have a complete summary of Mary Kom, the whole story. A childhood carved in struggles. Mary Kom was born in 1982 in Kangathai, a remote village in Manipur, India. Her parents was rice farmers, right? Her parents were rice farmers, right? Okay, so struggling to make ends meet, right? Their incomes was meager, and luxuries like electricity, proper food, and even a fan during the summer were far out of reach. But Mary was not ordinary. Even as a child, she carried the spark of a warrior. Her inspiration came from Bruce Lee and local boxers. So here she saw at the Imphal Sports Complex. She was fascinated not by the violence, but by the strength, the courage, and the idea that someone small could stand tall. Right. So here she worked in the fields in the morning, helped at home in the evening, and trained in the dark corners of her day when most girls her age were learning how to sew and cook. Mary was learning how to throw a punch, right? Mary was actually learning that how to throw a punch. The secret training here, Mary Kom began her boxing journey in secret. So here, yes, in secret, because her father was against it. He believed that boxing would scar her face and ruin her chances of marriage, right? So she trained early in the morning and late at night, hiding her bruises and obviously her gloves and her dreams, right? So here she borrowed shoes, right, used worn out equipment, right, and ran miles barefoot. There was no other option. So her passion burned quickly. Her passion totally burned quickly. So here but fiercely, right? Her passion burned quietly but fiercely. So here first fight is what that not in the ring but at the home. What we understand, when her father found out about her boxing dreams, he was furious. He said that nobody will marry a girl with a bruised face, right? So but Mary looked him in the eye and replied, then I will marry boxing. Okay, so that was the first of many battles. She refused proposals. She refused to quit. She refused to fit into the mold society had designed for women like her. She wasn't rebelling. She was dreaming and defending that dream with her life. Rise to glory from village girl to world champion. Mary's first breakthrough came when she won the Manipur State Championship. People loved. They said it was just beginner's luck, right? Then she won the national title. The laughter stopped. Then she went, international, and in 2002 she won the silver medal at the World, Amateur Boxing Championship. So suddenly, the girl from the fields of Manipur was the face of Indian boxing, right? Over the next few years, Mary Kom won the 6th World Championship, right? Yes, 6th. The only women to ever do it, right? So each win was not just a medal; it was a slap to every stereotype mentality, to whoever who have a punch to every doubter, and a huge and hug to every girl told to stay in her limits, right? So marriage, motherhood, and most unbelievable comeback. So here Mary Kom did get married to a man who believed in her dreams. She became a mother of twins, right? So and the world thought it was the end of her career. She done. They said like she will never return to the ring. But Mary Kom did something no women in Indian sports had ever done, right? She made a comeback as a mother and began winning again. In 2012 she qualified for London Olympics, the first time women's boxing was introduced, right? So, and again, against all odds, she won the bronze medal for India. Not just a boxer, a legend. Mary Kom didn't stop after Olympics. She kept winning, she kept training even after injuries, even after critics. Even when she was past 30, they said she should retire, but champions don't retire, they evolve. Champions don't retire, they actually evolve. She became an inspiration, Rajya Sabha MP, a Padma Bhushan awardee, a Khel Ratna winner, and above all, a symbol of fierce female power. What Mary Kom really fought for, here, Mary Kom's real fight was never just about boxing. It was against poverty, against gender roles, against doubt, against a society that said you can't. And every time she slapped, every time she stepped into the ring, she wasn't just fighting for a medal, she was fighting for every girl told no. So the final punch is what here, her words to the world. Mary Kom once said, don't say you are weak, stand up, push harder, and the world will see your strength. She didn't just win medals, she won hearts, she won respect, she won the right for millions of girls to dream beyond kitchens and marriage. So the conclusion, the point is what, why this story matters. Mary Kom is not just a boxer, she is a movement, right? Here a living example that you don't need perfect circumstances, just an unbreakable will, right? So the next time the world tell you can't do, remember this, a poor father's daughter once said no to marriage and yes to the Olympics, and that yes shook the world, right? So yeah.